Yo, what up, people? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. So, I got a question, and the question was saying, is being direct better than being indirect, or is being indirect better than being direct when you're approaching women? So, let me first define what that is. So, when you're direct, when you're approaching women, it's just basically letting them know, straight up that you're trying to get with them. And being indirect is you approach a girl and you come at them in a way where it doesn't seem like you're necessarily trying to holler. You're just probably trying to, you're having a conversation and you're, being very like, indirect. I hate to use the word when I'm describing it, but it's kind of like if you talk to a girl and you're saying some other shit that's in a situation. So let's say if you're at a, you're waiting outside for the bus and you're at the bus stop, and then you walk up to the bus stop and you see the girl and you say, hey, how long have you been waiting for the bus? So that's an indirect way, because you're easing into the conversation, without directly letting her know that you're trying to get with her. You're just talking about the bus, and then you'll probably end up talking about, hey, let's get together and, do some stuff, whatever, right? So the thing is this, there's no better or worse way to come at it. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, you need to do whichever way you're most comfortable with, or however you're feeling like you want to do it. So me, right now, I usually like to go direct 90% of the time. That's what I do. When I see a chick, I go up to her and I be like, yo, listen, you're hot. Take my number. Holla at me. I just get to the point. You know what I'm saying? Certain times I'll go indirect depending on how I'm feeling, or, it all depends. So like sometimes I'll see a girl and she might be like actually wearing some shit, and then I'll be like, oh, that's that looks kind of weird, or she might have a tattoo or some stupid shit I could talk about, and I talk about that with her, and then I start talking, and I'm like, yeah, so here's my card, hit me up, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, certain differences also that will, give you some perspective on this too. Like being direct in a lot of ways, it can speed up the process in certain situations. So for example, let's say, you see a chick and you just want to have sex with her. And if you're actually direct while you're talking to her, letting her know that you just want to hook up, right? That can save you some time rather than being indirect. Do you see what I'm saying? So like you might be, if you're direct with her and say, yo, look, I think you hot. We should get together and hook up sometimes. Here's my card. Here's my number. Hit me up. Give me your number. I'll call you tomorrow. What day you free? Okay, cool. So saves you a little time. If you're indirect, and if you, go up to a girl and you talk to her about, some other stuff, and then you say, yeah, so, let's get together. She might be like, oh, I can't. I have a boyfriend or whatever. And you would have known that quicker if you were direct. So when you do it direct, it's a little bit quicker. Now, the good thing about being indirect, and this is what I tell guys, because a lot of times, like you can be indirect to not make the girl think that you're sweating her. Because a lot of times you go up to chicks and they just already know that you're trying to holler. And then they put up this defense mechanism, and they start to, try to put up this wall and shit. So the good thing about being indirect is that you're not. It helps with the girl lowering her defenses, and also it's harder for her to reject you in certain situations, because you're not really trying to get with her at that point. You're just asking her about something. You're just like, so how long you waiting for this bus? She can't say, no, I'm not interested. You didn't ask her. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't telling her you're trying to get with her. So that's one thing. But also, what I think the real great thing about being indirect, and I talk about this in my DVD, How to Pick Up and Date Multiple Women seminar, is that when you're indirect, it's also a way for you to test to see how this chick responds to you before you even bother trying to exchange information. Because sometimes you'll go up to a girl and you'll talk to her for a little bit, and she just might be corny. She might be like a bitch. So you're just like, man, I don't even want to really fuck with her like that now. She might look hot, and you might be like, oh, I still might want to hit it, but you know, you're like, I don't know, because she look like she a lot of drama. So sometimes when you're indirect, you know, and a chick is being standoffish, or she, you know, if she's like trying to ignore you, that's a good sign, you know, because now you're like, well, at least I didn't waste my time trying to get with her, or at least I wasn't like letting her know that I'm interested like that to gas her head up even more. You know, you ain't got to do all of that shit. You see what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, you know, at the end of the day, just do whichever way is comfortable for you. If you're more comfortable with being direct with the chicks and letting them know from jump, like, hey, I'm trying to do this, you know, then do that. If you're comfortable with being indirect, then do that. The thing I always suggest is for guys who are just beginning to talk to women or you know, approach girls, I usually suggest the guys who are just beginning to do it to go indirect, because it's a little bit more easier for you guys. Because a lot of times, if you're not used to talking to women, you might not be that comfortable going direct from the jump, because, you know, you have to first always work on your confidence, you know, first of all, and work on yourself. And then when you already worked on yourself and you approach women, you know, you're in a better like position to even, you know, talk to girls and do all other stuff, because you're feeling, you know, right with yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times, a lot of guys, they're not, you know, at that point yet. You understand? So you got to get to that point. And then when you start to, you know, approach girls, you know, because a lot of guys are still going to have that anxiety. They're going to, you know, your heart's going to be beating. You're going to probably feel all nervous and shit. So it's you know, I always suggest the dudes to go indirect first when they're first starting, because, you know, a dude who just starting to talk to girls, you know, if he tells a chick like, hey, look, you're hot, I want to fuck the shit out you. It's like, you know, most guys that are starting out are, you know, they're just not going to be able to do it like to that capacity. If you could, I say go ahead and do it. And if you feel, but you have to really believe it and feel comfortable enough to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys who are not going to be comfortable enough yet to really be that bold. But, you know, I would say if you're just starting out, do the indirect. But either way, you know, again, whatever way is more comfortable for you, whatever way you like to do, whatever way works for you, you make that happen. So there's not necessarily a better way, you know, if it's direct or indirect. There's no like better or worse way. It's just like, you know, each way you can get chicks, you can still get some sex, you can still get dates, you can get all that no matter how you're doing it. You understand? You just got to work on yourself and work on what works best for you. All right. So if you guys have any questions, you hit me up at askmrlocario at gmail.com. Click that link below. Holla at me. All right. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. I'm out of here. The truth is inside you. Peace. All right, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. It gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.